Hey everyone, it's Tamara Thompson with Video Marketing for Business podcast, and I'm super excited because today I have a special guest with me today, and I would have this guest on my show any day of the month or week because she is the go-to expert for PR and media and getting exposure. She's super inspiring, super intelligent. She's been on the Steve Harvey Show and Dr. Oz and all these other things, but she also helps her clients get in the media and on these shows and all this fun stuff. And so, Christina Daves, thank you so much for just joining me today. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, it's always so good to be with you. And I'm super excited to share with your audience a PR strategy to stand out online. We were talking about, like what do people need right now? March 30th, April 1st of 2020, everybody went online and it was like, but nobody's paying attention to me. It's like, no, because nobody knows you're there. So we put together the 3 C's of how to stand out online.
Yes.
So the first one, which is completely in alignment with everything that you do, and everyone watching this knows, this, you've got to have content.
Content is queen. Well, it could
queen.
Be queen. Content
We'll
is
give it to the kings.
Yeah, content is key. Let's say that.
Key. It is absolutely key. And this shouldn't be. It was so funny. I was talking to someone in my mastermind, and she's brilliant. She coaches Fortune 100 CEOs, and I've been trying to get her to write a book for 4 years. And she's like, oh, every time I start, I don't know what to say. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know what to say? You do this every day in your business. So you should be able to knock a book out like that. I said, take your last 3 talks that you gave and pull stuff out of them. So same thing for you all. Content should not be, oh my gosh, what am I going to write about? What am I going to post about? It's all right here. Think about who you talked to on the phone that day. What's the one question they asked you? There's your content. Because if they're asking you that, guess what? So are a lot of other people. So I never like to weigh people down with, oh, I can't do this. I can't write articles. I can't. Just take what you know. And I'm sure you tell people this too. Just turn on your camera. Talk about what you're good at.
Well, it's very much in alignment too. So we're always telling our clients, like, we want to lead with the data first, but in the sense of leading with data first, like what are people actually searching for online versus what you believe people are searching for online. So being able to produce content that is searchable and optimizable is key for what we do in our content marketing agency, but also allowing that expertise and that motivation and that inspiration with your personality to come through with it, because that will just make you shine 10 times more. And when you get out into the media, you're positioning yourself as the expert because you are, but you're also inspiring. You're also encouraging other people to connect with you. And that's what content's all about, is that mixture of data-driven, but having your personality shine as well, and your expertise coming through. So people are like, oh, I want to hire Christina. I want to come out to her next event, things like that. And that's what people really need to think about, that overall package. Like, ask your audience too, like do polls on social media, right? I'm sure you've done this, Christina, where you're like asking them what type of content that they're looking for or want some. I know I asked my audience, like, what kind of videos do you want next? Because there's something upcoming with social media, like right. They want to know. So let's stay with the trends, but also stay that expert in that field, because you can always, change it up a bit too.
And it's funny that you just brought that up. I just did a training for a town for all their small businesses in New York. And I was showing them how to do stuff on Twitter. And not that anyone has to be on Twitter, but it's very valuable to us.
I still love Twitter. It's kind of where I started.
Yeah, me too. But I have a Twitter list of media people. So there's an NBC correspondent who's just doing a poll. When do you think the Fed is going to raise the rate? And what I said to this audience, I'm like, if anyone's in that space, you can reach out to him and say, hey, I saw your poll. 345 people responded. This is what I think and why. So if you're going to run a segment on it, I'm happy to be your expert. You're showing them the love. You're showing them that you did that. Or you could even create content around that. Hey, so-and-so of CNBC just posted this poll. These are the results so far. Here's what I think. What do you think? Showing your expertise and aligning yourself with the media, whether you're in the media or not, but it's just a great way to, again, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You guys know your topic. People say, ask me, how do I do PR tips every Friday? I'm like, if I can't come up with one tip every Friday on what I have a problem. And someone asked me today, she goes, you recycle them, right? I said, no, I don't recycle them. I should be able to come up with something once a week that is valuable to an audience.
Well, I think also too, we're talking about the 3 C's on the content piece. So when people are connecting with people of influence in the media through like Twitter and stuff like that, once you've made that connection with those people, you know, the journalists or anchor woman, whoever it is that you're trying to get their attention, you know, once you've done that, I know that we were talking a little bit before this conversation, but the second thing we were talking about is credibility. You know, once you've established this with these people and they see you as the authority too, this journalist is basically seeing you as credible, right? And so you could talk a little bit about what you've seen in the credibility department, because I know when you're surrounding yourself with other influence, credibility is a huge key in the media.
And media begets media. So once you start, and be good, I tell everybody this, do your homework. If you land a media segment, especially on television, spend an hour watching the show. Get a feel for it. I'm so excited. I've even told you this. I was on, you know, regular on Good Morning Washington. Well, my hour was put on hiatus during COVID. They actually did basically a homeschooling show. They had somebody who was helping the parents teaching, and my segment came back on yesterday. So I pitched my producer yesterday, and only because I'm going on vacation tomorrow am I not on for a week. But they love me because I did my homework. I'm credible. I've proven myself. So you all can do that, and it's not hard. It's preparing, it's doing your homework, because that credibility piece too, when you get the logos on your website or on your social media that people can actually click on and see your articles. I always say, don't throw out a press release and say, as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. That is not authentic. That is not real. But if they can actually see your segment or your article, you're more credible. And media begets media. When the media checks you out, which they will all check you out, and they see you've been all these places, it's like you're vetted with them. Like, oh, that many people have used it, we'll use her. She's great. Like, obviously, she's done all of this. So you don't have to go through that whole vetting process again.
I think that's an excellent point. You know, like I usually will promote like an article if you know, if I was in like Entrepreneur or Thrive Global or Yahoo Finance or something, right. LA Wire. I've been in some different articles and publications, but that's a good point to be able to link back. I always just share the link in the moment or throughout our content strategy or links. But another thing that could work is those that actually have like either that, maybe it's on your website, maybe you already do this, but what about the idea of actually like linking all of those articles onto your website, onto like a media page,
a press page. Absolutely.
So put that link though in like on Instagram. I know you and I both love Instagram. What if you put that link in our link tree, you know, that'd
be excellent.
All of those, like I was like, I just had an epiphany and I'm going to do that next.
You want to make it easy to get the yes.
Yes.
The more you can do, the more you can hand them on the silver platter, the more they're going to be like, oh, this is a no-brainer. They're so overworked. They really are. It used to be the heyday. There were writers and editors. And now, like, your news anchor that you see is probably writing their own stories, could be editing their own video, or if they're out doing segments. So anything you can do to help them make their job easier, they're going to love you. They're going to want you in their tribe. And this is super important. I do this every day in my business. Like I said, I'm filming a segment June 14th only because I'm going to be away. I did a lot during COVID. I do this every day. So I know this stuff works. So that's why when we did these 3 C's, like I know, you know, the last one is connecting with influencers. I know how to do that. I know how to get you to position yourself as an influencer. You know, you don't want to go after Gary Vaynerchuk or Simon Sinek. You're never going to get to them. But if you find what we call micro influencers, and they have, you know, X amount more followers than you do, and you provide value by tagging them, not just trying to get their, you know, it's reasonable. And then they're going to be like, oh, if you're in alignment with somebody, you know a copywriter who you love, who you follow, who has 10,000 more followers than you do. And you start doing some videos and you're like, oh, Susie, I thought this would be great. I love this tip that you gave and we use this in this video. Don't you think she's going to share that? Value, value, value. That's how you grow your influence.
And that's super valuable. Like, I know you and I are always in alignment with the power of connection. Like, we invest in ourselves through high-level mastermind groups. We're connecting to other influencers in different spaces, but we're always providing value first, you know, because a lot of people approach things like me, 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 me. And it's like, stop that at the door. Shut that front door. You know, like, it's one of those things, like, once you start to authentically be yourself and really figure out how to actually, you know, provide that value. But, you know, you make those conversations with people, invite them to be a part of something, you know, because the micro influencers are looking for people to help build those connections too. You know, in my situations, I'll connect people to other podcasts or get them onto their shows or connect them with you or other people where I literally am asking them what they need or want right now. What is their desire? What are their goals for the rest of the year? I'm going to help them connect that dots. And that's the connection piece, right? So I'm connecting the dots before I've ever asked them to be a part of anything else. I'm just giving value first, giving them some quick tips. Maybe I do a strategy session with them and they're like, wow, you know, like that was super helpful.
Great.
Thank you for doing that. And a lot of people always think like, oh, I don't want to do this or why not? If something's going to open doors and provide value, like, why not? Because then your doors have opened to thousands more people that you weren't connected to before, which brings opportunities and more clients. So the connection piece is so key. Like, I love it. That's my favorite C of the day.
I know. No, it really is. I was on a podcast earlier and she said, I've been following you for years. She said, you give so much away. You just give it away. And I'm like, yeah, but I do give it away because I want you to have success. If you don't want to do it yourself, if you need help, you can hire me, but I want to give value. I want people to see, hey, this works. Or maybe you want to test me out and see, like you said, you have a conversation with somebody and you give them this epiphany, like game changer in their business. They're like, wow, she gave me that on a free call. Just imagine. You know,
well, and then they want to work with you because at that point they're literally like, wow, if she just gave me this golden nugget, I can't even imagine what it'd be like for a consultation with her or meeting her in person and masterminding and creating an entire content plan. Like, you know, like thinking of content and stuff like that. I know you have an event coming up in Dallas in August, and I love this because I'm a big component, like fan of, you know, putting together these intensives where you were literally saying like hashtag get it done, right? Like, we want to get stuff done because at that point, like a lot of people, especially, you know, coming out of the pandemic, there's a lot of people that are like, I'm ready to just go. Like, they want to just be everywhere, be seen, broadcast their authority, whatever that looks like. They want to start getting going again because people have kind of been in these cocoons for a while. And I think people are ready, but why not get that individual attention that people need, that they actually walk away with tangible next steps, like things, items. You know, you could share a little bit more about your experience coming up because I highly recommend anyone go to this that, you know, wants to work with you personally, in person.
It's going to be amazing. And it's not even next steps, Tamara. We're doing it there. Like there at the, you want to pitch the media, if you're ready, you can hit send. Like, we are going to find your journalist, write your pitch. I've got an Emmy award winning news anchor who's going to, he and I are doing a panel together, and then we're going to help you write your pitches. And maybe you're not ready till October because our event's in August. We'll help you schedule it in your calendar so you know exactly when to hit send. We're writing video scripts. Cindy Ashton, who I'm doing the event with, she's just brilliant at messaging. And we're going to help you, you know, how do you cut through the noise? Like right now that everybody's online, what's that bam that you can cut through and get to them? And we're going to actually film videos, and we have a virtual component. So if you're virtual, don't think you're just going to be sitting around. You're going to be up and doing this and shooting videos, and we're going to send you a great goodie bag that's going to help you do all this. But it's August 4th and 5th for in-person and virtual. And we just opened a general admission in person for people who might not be able to do the VIP, which I'll tell you about in a minute because it's amazing. But you want to get out, like you said, like, I just need to be around people. But it's limited. We have 15 VIPs. There's only 3 left. And we just opened 20 general. So it's 35 people. We can do 100 with the new, I mean, we could put hundreds in there, but we're not. Like, everyone can feel comfortable and spread out. So we've got 2 days of doing everything. And we're also going to connect with influencers. We're going to show you how to do it. We're going to help you find your ideal influencers. And then if you want the VIP experience, which there are only a couple left, and you'll understand why when I tell you what the VIP experience is, the third day you're going to do hair and makeup. And our makeup artist is Makeup Artist to the Stars. She's done Oprah. I mean, her Instagram's ridiculous. Like when you look at who she's done. So she's coming. I grew up with her, and then she made it big. And I'm like, Tracy, come do this event. And we're going to put you in a television studio with a live studio audience, and you're going to be interviewed exactly the messaging that we need to get across for your audience to want to work with you. And we're going to work on that before you come in the summer. So what are the exact questions that we need? What are people, you said, what are people searching for? What are people looking for? Like, we're going to get all of that in there, and you'll get the, high resolution edited thing to take with you. We're also guaranteeing 3 media interviews, guaranteed. And actually, we haven't really seen yet. We just got a sponsor, so there's a 4th that's going to be in a magazine that has, I think it's over 150,000 subscribers to it, a business magazine. So that big announcement is going to be coming soon. But it's just going to be an amazing experience where you're going to learn how to do this, and you're going to do it, and you're going to get it done. And then you've got content and credibility and connection, and 3 days and you're done. And people, like, you get to be with people. And we have a VIP dinner and VIP lunches, and we're doing red carpet and photographs, and it's just going to be so fun. So fun and engaging.
It's basically just an entire valuable experience. Those that are looking for, those key valuable points to literally get it done, hashtag, on site with Christina and her team and everybody else stopping by. I mean, that's incredible about the people that are coming by and being able to position yourself as the authority online in the media and all over the place. I mean, that's like
everywhere.
That's super valuable. Those that are action takers, that take their business seriously, that want to grow and scale their business. This is a great opportunity for you to actually be seen and be heard, and actually work with those that have done exactly what you want to do and where you want to go, because that's just what the value is.
And as you know, the people in the room, you get so much out of that. And the 13 or 12 for sure that we have, and I think there's one more, they blew us away in terms of caliber of people coming, and we're already seeing all the synergy of who can work with whom. And it's going to be an amazing group of people that you're going to be able to network with and build relationships with and have connection and go from there.
And that's what I love about events. I love the fact that you're, putting this component together, that it's more of like a exclusive, intimate space where you get that hands-on attention. So you're not filling the room with hundreds of people where you kind of feel lost, but you're getting that one-on-one attention from Christina and the team over there, those couple of days. Like that's the most important thing that you can get, is the connections in that room, but also seeing like how they can make introductions in different ways there, but also literally get it done on site. So anyone that wants to attend her event, definitely reach out to Christina. I'm going to actually put a link in the description of this. We're going to blast it all over social and send it out as well. So I'll be sure to put that in the description. Christina, for those that are interested in just connecting with you in general, where can they find you, and what's the best place to reach out to you?
Yeah. And I always joke, if you guys can't find me online, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Like Christina is a CH, and it's Daves, D-A-V-E-S, but ChristinaDaves.com. I love Instagram. We were talking about that earlier. Christina Daves Official, PR for anyone. Put any of those in any of those places, and I will pop up. And I would love to connect with you. And if you have any questions about the event or anything, just shoot me an email, and or anything, just your PR in general. If you have just a question about, hey, I want to get to that next level, but I'm not comfortable with it, whatever, just reach out and we'll talk.
I love the fact that you're Christina Daves Official on Instagram, and I'm Tamara Thompson Official on Instagram. We are officially
official.
We are official. I was like Tamara Thompson was taken, so I'm like, well, I'm officially Tamara Thompson. So
there you go.
I love that piece. Well, I appreciate you just being here today, and I'm excited for those to reach out and connect with you, because I know that this event will be super impactful for anyone that signs up, and I know it will sell out. So definitely reach out to Christina and her team and click that link in the description to be able to learn more about how you can be involved. So thank you, Christina Daves, for being a part of this show today. I appreciate you so much, my friend, and I wish you much love and luck and opportunities at your event in August.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you in person.
Yes.
They roll hugs.
I do.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks again for everybody that's watching this show. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell and select all to receive weekly notifications just like this. If you're listening to the audio podcast, please be sure to subscribe and leave me a review. If you love this, if you leave Christina Daves, go leave her review on my podcast. I love that piece too. So, and I will tune in, and you guys be sure to tune in, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.